And today we are doing another mock draft here. I did one last week, this week, 13 days until the draft for the first round, and October 6th and 7th round second to 7th round is on the 7th of October, but the 6th of October is the first round. And that's why we're going to be doing a mock draft once again, as many we can until October 6th, because it's a lot of fun. And guess what? I get a lot of views. So, yeah, it makes it fun. So, let's get into it. Here's my mock draft. We're going to go from 1 to 15 this time on cap friendly. Let's get started. Now, number 1, I'm going to probably keep the same from last week. And I'm going to put Alexei Lafreniere. He's going to stay. He's going to go to the Rangers. I know someone like, how about Byfield Stutz? Every year they do that. Every year. Someone says, how they don't pick this first overall player? And I end up being that guy. Or let's do like this 2017 and be like, Hischier or Patrick. Of course, became Hischier to the Devils. That's a whole nother thing. Either or. Because it wasn't like a number 1 guy. But we have a number 1 guy here in Alexei Lafreniere. He'll be going number 1 to the Rangers. Number 2, and last week I did Byfield going to the Kings, so I'm going to change it up a little and now have Tim Stützle go to the Kings. A lot think this would be a great opportunity because they have enough on center, but you can never have enough centers. And Byfield would be fantastic, but on the left side, they could use a guy like this, and he's a German-born guy, fantastic. And they have Velarde, they have Kupari, they have these guys, Turcotte, guys like that at center, really good players, prospects for center, which having Stützle on the left side, not bad whatsoever. Let's go on to the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa Senators, wherever the Kings don't pick, they will be picking. So what if the Kings pick Byfield? The Senators will go pick Stützle, right? So what if the Kings go pick second overall Stützle? Who do they pick? You got that right. And that's Quentin Byfield. He will be going to the Senators. They can get a big 6'4" center, and they could use this Canadian center, and it'd be fantastic to have this guy, either Stützle or Byfield, but having Byfield would absolutely just be fantastic. You have Tkachuk on the left side, you have Byfield, and you have like Jake Batherson or like Connor Brown. Like, that's what works so good. They need a number 1 center like that, and Byfield can be that guy for them. Byfield could be that franchise center that they need to get to the playoffs one day, get out of this rebuild one day, become contenders one day. That's what they need. Number 4, it's a very interesting one, but not very interesting, but this one's so many players you can pick. I picked Drysdale last week. This week, I am going to pick, we have Perfetti, we have Holtz, we have Lundell, you can potentially say Raymond, Byfield, Sanderson you can put out there too, why not? Asquith, probably not. And this week, I am going for Marco Rossi. You got that right? Yes, I am. Marco Rossi is a fantastic, just excitable center. What a fantastic center he is. So much fun to watch when he was with the Ottawa 67s. He was just fantastic. Absolutely, what a player he is. And he can just be an offensive center for the Red Wings and something just be amazing for them. Alright, we are moving on to number 5, and that's the Ottawa Senators. 2 picks in the top 5, isn't it? But who's going to pick the second one? And that is, we have Byfield. Sorry, everyone. You have Raymond, Stützle, Perfetti, Holtz, Lundell, Sanderson. I'm going to hold off on Asquith for now. That would be interesting if he won 5th overall. Asquith, wouldn't it be? But I am going to pick Jamie Drysdale. Now, that would be ideal. You get a center, that top center, and you get a top defenseman all in one draft. And they have the Islanders pick, I think, like 28th or something, or 29th, whatever it is. And they have that pick, too. So, of course, that's later in the first round. Very late in the first round. But still, Byfield and Drysdale. That's a win-win trade. One of them probably plays in the NHL next year. The other one probably doesn't. Just to tell you all that. And let's go on to number 6. This is very interesting. We have Byfield. Why do I keep saying Byfield? Raymond, Perfetti, Holt, Lundell, Sanderson, Quinn. You can also say, I would stop there thinking about it. But I'm going to go with Lucas Raymond. He was really high, low, high, low. But I'm going to go back to, he's going high up the market now. And that is Raymond, a right winger. He kind of reminds me kind of like Mitch Marner, how he plays. This guy can be an offensive guy, and he knows what it takes to make the lineup, for sure. And he could be a great offensive guy, having Ziegler one day and having Raymond on the right side. That would be ideal, wouldn't it be? You have almost an old idea. Comswa, Ziegler, and then you have Raymond. Not a bad first line, you gotta say, right? So, I would say they'll be fantastic. Number 7. Now, I'm changing this one up. I know this could not happen. Might happen, might not. Who knows? But I'm going to go with Lundell here. Now, Anton Lundell, not one thing comes off the charts like, oh my goodness, this guy is absolutely this guy. No, he does everything well. Not everything fantastic. He does every little thing well. He can score, he can defend, he can play make, he can do all that stuff. Every little thing he can do well. Nothing horrible, he's just an overall solid player. And not outstanding in one spot or another, not horrible in one spot or another. Everything just overall balanced and consistent of a player. So the Devils could use that guy. I know they have already Hughes and Heschel first overalls 2019, 2017, but who knows? You can get a defensive-minded Lundell balanced guy on that third line, or who knows? Just put it out there. Best player available, you go for it, don't you? So, we have next. And we are going to change this up and go with Jake Sanderson to the Buffalo Sabres. Now, the Sabres could use an offenseman, they could use a defenseman, and Jake Sanderson is the second best defenseman. Some can argue that Draisaitl is not that good, and you can say Sanderson's better than Draisaitl. Some say that, but I think Draisaitl is still better. And you have Sanderson. Go number 8. What a great player he is. Second half of the year, he really shot up these charts. But what a defenseman he could be for the Buffalo Sabres. And just add to that defense would be much appreciated for them. Number 9 would be a win-win for these Minnesota Wild, and that's Cole Perfetti. Offensive, fantastic, just excitable to watch, and that's what the Wild could use, a center, a franchise center. You got Kaprizov on the right side, Boldy on the left side, and you can have Perfetti on the middle, which would be fantastic future lineup right there. You know, that would be absolutely fantastic, having Cole Perfetti in your lineup. This is a scoring guy. If you don't want him at center, put him on the wing. You need him at wing. You don't need him at wing anymore, put him at the center. You always like those guys because, you know, they could be a winger, but they can also, what if someone at center gets injured? Oh, he's a center, by the way. Oh, okay, he's really good at it. Not just okay, really solid. So there you go. Perfetti's a great player. And if they ever draft him, I would say they use him as a center, because they could use a center for sure. So there you go. Perfetti to the Wild. Number 10. And this would be a fantastic one, but interesting one. And this would probably spark a lot of trade rumors about Ehlers and Laine getting traded. And that would mean Alexander Holtz, drafted by the Winnipeg Jets, not in this season like Laine or Ehlers, but like the season after. I know there's a lot of trade rumors, but it would really pick up if this guy signs and starts to play with the team. Just the same. So, Holt is the best goal scorer for the draft. 2019, the best goal scorer, you got to say, is 15th overall, Cole Caulfield to the Montreal Canadiens. He dropped, but what a player he is. Holt is that best goal scorer from the NHL draft. He is amazing with the puck. He can shoot the puck, best goal scorer. And we've been talking about him for a long time. And now, in about 13 days, he'll finally be drafted. You should probably be very happy about that. Number 11. And number 11 will be Seth Jarvis. What a player he is. He's a right winger. The Predators could use a prospect, a young prospect, to kind of dried out on prospects. And just getting Seth Jarvis, 11th overall, would be great. An offensive guy on the right side. They could use offense, period, literally. And they could use a guy like that, knowing in the back of their heads we have Seth Jarvis. And hopefully it works out for them. Alright, moving on to number 12. Change this up a little. I know this may be a little high for this player, but I'm just changing things up, like I said. And that is Hendrix Lapriere. Yes, the Canadian center. He has a lot of talent. What a player he is. But he's been injured. And he was supposed to be come back. He did and started playing well. And then the pandemic happened. And the whole suspension of hockey. Literally. All hockey leagues stopped. So, there you go. And if he finished it up, maybe it would have been better. But Lapriere is a fantastic player. And you almost have to bet at this player, almost thinking, is this guy going to be injury prone through his career, or is he going to get over that hump and become the offensive center that we know him as? So, just put it out there. We'll see what it is. We'll see. Number 13. Now, last week I had Askarov going there, and I really thought he would be that player going there. But I'm changing up, like I said, I have to. I'd be like, this guy's going now. How do you know that? You don't. Because then it's changed. Oh, I didn't know this guy wasn't going to be picked there. Yeah, there you go. That's why I change it up all the time. Each week. Number 13. And that is, I'm going to pick Dawson Mercer. What a great guy he is. He is a great offensive, speedy winger. And the Leafs would be interesting if they would pick him up as that guy who can offensively be that guy. Great skater. He's fast. And just a great player. What a player he is in the Leafs would. The Carolina Hurricanes will love to have him because he would just be, have that fast speed and a young team. And they can keep adding to him, add to their team and have an entry-level contract one day like him, and just a great player he would be. So we'll see how that goes. Number 14. I am picking Yaroslav Askarov. What a player he would be, and something in the back of the mind of Ken Holland and the Oilers organization. On the back of the mind, we have a future goalie, top Russian goalie, Yaroslav Askarov. This is our guy. We need a young guy. We don't have one yet. And we could use a guy like this. And having the back of our minds, having this guy would be wonderful. And it would be. Does he drop this far? He's been playing really well in the KHL after they resumed this year. So we'll see if he falls this far to number 14. But what a goalie he is. And if he goes to the Oilers, they could use him for sure. Now, moving on to number 15. 2 more picks we are doing. I'm going up to the Canadians, my favorite team. So I'm doing the top 16 here. And maybe in a couple of days I'll do top 31 or top 27 or something. I don't know. We'll see how that turns out to be like. But let's go on to number 15. And number 15 is actually the Maple Leafs pick. Imagine they get this player. That would be amazing if they do. And that is Jack Quinn goes to the Maple Leafs. What a season he had with the Ottawa 67s. And absolutely, he was just so good with the Ottawa 67s. Scoring just so good. Just look at his stats and just jump out at you like, oh my goodness, what a player he is. So, Jack Quinn has been great. He's a great player, and if the Leafs pick him up, yeah, that would be, as a Habs fan, I wouldn't like that as much, but that would be amazing for them. Number 16. In number 16, I have the Montreal Canadiens picking Jacob Perreault. What a great player he is. He's a good center, left winger, what you want to call him. But he would be great for the Canadiens. Just a prospect to think about with the many prospects they have. But here is our top 15. We have enjoy, have a nice day. And first overall, Lafreniere. Second, the Kings, Stutzer. Number 3, the Senators with Byfield. Number 4, the Red Wings with Rossi. Number 5 is Jamie Drysdale to the Senators. Number 6 is the Ducks, Lucas Raymond. Number 7 is Anton Lundell to the Devils. Number 8 is Jake Sanderson to the Sabres. Number 9 is Cole Perfetti to the Minnesota Wild. Number 10 is Alexander Holtz to the Winnipeg Jets. Number 11 is Seth Jarvis to the Nashville Predators. Number 12 is Hendrix Lapierre to the Florida Panthers. Number 13 is Dawson Mercer to the Carolina Hurricanes. Number 14 is Yaroslav Askarov to the Edmonton Oilers. Number 15 is Jack Quinn to the Maple Leafs. And number 16 to the Montreal Canadiens is Jacob Perreault. So what a thing that would be. Just to put out there before you end, number 15, having Hendrix Lapierre in the back of the mind for the Panthers. They could use another center after trading Jojek, but don't depend on him for a couple of years, for sure. And see if he's injury prone or what is he going to be. It's definitely going to be a bet. Do you want to trade draft him, or is going to be injured? Is he not? That whole thing. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day. This is NHL Hockey News Sports. Let me know your comments below. What do you think? What to change? What not to? Maybe you want to watch the last week mock draft. I had over 1,000. And look at this one and see one you agree with. I want to change this one up a little bit more so it's not so boring, because it's a lot of fun to change it up. Have a nice day, and goodbye.